live, not on YouTube. We are live on Patreon. We are live everywhere.
We good?
Hello.
We're good?
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
afternoon,
And good night.
wherever
That's
you're
right,
listening.
Johnny, that'll boy.
I got all my bases covered.
Cover your bases.
How we all doing?
We're doing.
We're doing better than the Celtics.
Yeah, that's true.
How you feeling after last night, Dante?
Fine.
Fine.
It's only game one.
Yep. We'll talk about that in a minute. Big Nick, you want to hit us with the intro?
I sure would, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry. Fuck. Hey, we got episode 417.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. We got a lot to talk about today. We had a big NBA game happen last night. Green turned into poop, but that's okay.
Poop can be green
As Dante
sometimes.
said, it's only game one. So definitely no need to hit the panic button yet. So Johnny's going to tell you some topics. He's going to tell you what's coming off of videos. And feel free to chime in. And then you all know what Wednesdays are. It's joke of the day. So fucking be there or go fuck yourself. That's a wrap.
Yep. Before we start today, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Jackson. Jackson DM'd me on Instagram a couple days ago. I didn't see it until today, but he has bought me free Sox tickets to go pick up a Funko Pop for him in a few months.
Funko Pop.
So they're doing a Pedro Martinez Funko Pop giveaway, and they're giving those out on September 1st. And so he's a collector, and he's like, "Hey, if I buy you tickets, will you get these for me?" I'm like, 100%. So shout out Jackson. Thanks so much for the tickets. I'm excited to go in September. I'm going to a game tomorrow, so gonna get my Sox fix in, even though they suck.
Hey, baseball game's a baseball game.
Baseball game's a baseball game.
It's free tickets.
I want to try going. We did that video yesterday of whether or not it's weird to go to a game by yourself. I want to try doing it again at some point.
I don't see the issue in it. I've been to games. When I went to the Red Sox playoff game against the Astros, there was a guy that was there by himself in the outfield.
Yeah.
Just going and enjoying the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the movies. You can go to the movies by yourself.
Have you ever done it?
Yeah, I have. When I had my movie pass for a few months,
How
I
often
went
did you use that?
5 times.
Yeah.
5 times. So yeah, it's a good time.
All right. So this is what we got coming out on YouTube this week. A little bit of a thin week for YouTube because we're down on editor Ben, our former intern Ben, now employee, is celebrating his senior week, and he'll be back in the office next week.
Yeah.
So you'll be seeing a lot more of Ben in content.
Priorities.
Mm-hmm.
Senior week.
Make
So
sure you bring your cans with you. Bring your bang.
bring your bang, Ben. We got Lumberland Cash Cab coming out today. Me, Dante, and Kev enter in the Cash Cab and see how long we last.
Yep.
Dante usually lasts a minute, but let's see if he lasts
Yeah.
longer this time.
If I'm in it, not too long. That's average.
Yep.
That was a fucking layup.
That's a layup.
And then tomorrow on our main channel, there are no new YouTube videos, but there is a Mustache Bros Wrestling, very on theme for you guys.
Very on theme.
Guess the wrestler by mustache.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a fan favorite there. Some mustache content. You knew it was going to be coming eventually. You're getting it tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that.
So yeah, so that's what we got on terms of coming out of on our YouTube channels. We got great content coming out everywhere, so follow us everywhere. Instagram, TikTok. We got all of our TikTok accounts.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Tick.
Yeah, but that's what we got for the lead up. Let's see. What we got in terms of comments? We got Amanda, Ethan, Sonny, Connor, Trevor, Jesus, all in the comments today. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Shout out to y'alls.
If you want to be part of the conversation, you can, and you're listening as a podcast, make sure you also subscribe to our Patreon. We got great content coming out there. So that's that.
All right.
No Dwayne Bacon. He's been MIA for a
Nah.
bit.
He'll show up.
He'll show up.
He always comes back around.
Yep. But let's get into it. Last night was game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Boston Celtics lost after a 10-point lead at halftime. They were outscored by 25 points in the third quarter. Jimmy Butler scored 17, while the Celtics scored 14 themselves. So in the third quarter, Jimmy Butler outscored them. Butler ended the night with, 41 points?
41 points. Yes, he
did. Meanwhile, Jason Tatum had 6 turnovers in the third quarter, including 2 on back-to-back plays. it was a rough night for him and most of the Celtics. They were down Marcus Smart and Al Horford. Horford, who was in COVID protocols right before the game.
Fuck this COVID crap. Get back in the game.
Yeah.
You're telling me, brother.
So that's the game was close in the. It was the Celtics looked like the
They were
better
dominating
team.
in the
They looked
first
like the better
half.
team, but it was still close, which was the issue.
Mhm.
Like the Celtics were.
They should have been
they-
up more.
They should have been up
They
more.
They should have put him out in
Yeah.
the first half.
I mean, this Heat started the game 0 for 7 from the field.
Mhm.
They couldn't make a basket. Then they got hot, and they got cold again. Excuse me.
It was the
And then-
turnovers that killed you. It was-
Yeah,
I mean, if you didn't
100%.
turn the ball over, I mean, I'm not saying the Heat still might not have won the game, but definitely would have been a hell of a lot better of a game.
Yeah, that's how the Heat play, though. They're not going to let you make any mistakes. Like the Bucks, if you play the same style that you played against the Bucks, it's not going to work against the Heat because the Celtics made mistakes in the Bucks series, but the Bucks aren't as deep as the Heat are, and the Bucks don't have as many guys who can kill you like the Heat can. Like you don't know who's going to be that guy that night. And I mean, game one it was Jimmy Butler who killed you, but I mean you had Gabe Vincent had a couple big shots. Max Strus down the end had a couple big shots. You had Bam only scored 12, right?
10.
10. Bam only had 10. I got the stats right here now. I mean, yeah, Tyler Hero only had 18. So like, even though those guys didn't show up, I mean, Gabe Vincent had 17. That's pretty solid for your random ass point guard. They're a solid team. I really like this Heat team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a long
I
way to
mean,
go here.
Yeah.
Listen, the Celtics lost by 11 last night. They looked great in the first half. Third quarter really was the only quarter that they played bad because in the fourth they outscored the Heat and cut into it a little bit, but they weren't ever
Yeah, it
going
was
to
just
come
done.
back. It wasn't going to happen. They got outscored by 25 in the third quarter.
I shut the game off.
I mean,
I knew it was over.
Tatum and Brown combined. I mean, Tatum had 29, 8 and 6, 4 steals too. Shot almost 50%, but he had 6 turnovers in the third quarter, which is you can't do that. The thing is, and like this is why I'm really not like, I'm upset that they lost. Of course, like it's a game that they would have been nice to win, but like as good as the Heat are, and they're a great team. They're not good. They're great. Celtics did it to themselves, man. I mean, they gave up in the third
100%
quarter. They were lazy. They were throwing the ball. I mean, like you mentioned it, the 2 plays with Tatum, literally just like Jimmy. They were trying to give it to someone that was posting up. Tatum just did a light pass. Jimmy Butler comes and steals it. 2 fast break layups / dunks. And it's just like you're playing with that kind of attitude, that mentality. You're gonna get beat, especially a team like the Heat who pounce on teams that make mistakes. And it's frustrating. Al Horford gets ruled out 2 hours before the game because of COVID protocols, and now you're hearing backroom staff in the back are testing positive now. That came out a few hours ago. It's just like those things you can't control. Marcus Smart with the foot injury, he should be back tomorrow night, which is good. But those 2 guys being out, I mean, listen, I know Lowry was out for the Heat, but he's been out 7 games for them this postseason, and they're 7-0 without him. And he's not as big of a factor for the
Marcus
Heat
Smart
as
or Al
Marcus
Horford.
Smart. I mean, Al Horford, because I was on Twitter and people were saying, like, comparing the people that were out and stuff. It's like, yeah, Lowry's a former champ. He's, one of the best Raptors of all time. I get that. Marcus Smart was the Defensive Player of the Year this year, averaging more points than him this year. All-around better player than him this year. And Al Horford, I mean, if you've watched any Celtics games, you see how important he is to the team.
Especially with Robert Williams coming back from
yeah,
injury.
and that's the other thing. It's like, you relied a lot on Robert Williams, and I'll give him the credit. He had 18 points, 9 rebounds last night, which was great, but, like,
Did most of that damage in the first half.
did most of the damage in the first half is right. And it's like you can't really rely on the guy coming off of a knee injury to really give you much. So it's like you can't really do anything about that or give him any shit for it. But it's tough, and it hurts the depth because then you got Tice playing 20 minutes and Aaron Nesmith, who he had some good moments. He had 3 blocks, which were crazy. But if Aaron Nesmith is playing in the playoffs, it's probably not a good thing. And Derek White also had the worst game in a while for himself. He only had 3 points, but starting. So It's game 1. They lost by 11. They lost by 12
They
to the
get Smart
Bucks.
back next game, they're going to be fine.
They lost by 12 to the Bucks game 1. I think it's the same thing. You know, you went from playing the Nets to the Bucks, completely different. You're going from the Bucks to the Heat. Two very different teams.
I think the Nets to Bucks is closer to the Bucks than Heat.
I think the thing is, the biggest difference between the Bucks and the Heat, going from the Bucks and the Heat, is their ability to actually do more than just shoot, because now they can drive. Bam is unbelievable, but Bam is all they have down there. You had Giannis, Brook Lopez, you had trees down there.
Yeah.
So it was hard to get an open path, anything in the paint. They had 42 points in the paint in the first half last night. So they were able to change things up, change up their offense. And, you know, it looked good. It looked like they were like, all right, you don't need that one game adjustment. Like they jumped into this just fine. And they reverted back to their old ways, which is unfortunately we saw that last series, one game against the Bucks. And I don't think it's going to stay. I think the Celtics are gonna be fired up next game. But yeah, listen, it's going to be a series. This is going to be a dogfight.
Series.
I love Jimmy Butler's mentality. I love the way he carries himself. I love the way he plays.
He's one of my favorite players in the league.
I have all the respect in the world for Jimmy Butler. I won't say anything bad about him. He did what he had to do. And so did the role players. Vincent had 17.
Do you see what he said, Jimmy Butler? He says, I hope it goes 0 for 0 next game.
Because he wants a body guy.
He wants his body guy.
Listen,
He wants to get the line as much as he can.
He got to line 18 times last night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's working, it's working.
Yeah. He's going to take advantage of their physical style of the Celtics.
As he should.
It's great mentality.
So, yeah, you know, game 1 is what it is. If we lose game 2, I'll be in a different mindset.
I mean, you think about it this way. If you're a road team, if you're the lower seeded team, you have to win one home game, a road game.
If we go back 1-1 in Boston, I'm fine.
Or
I'm feeling good.
even you just got to win your home games and then win one road game because you'll still have 2 left. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
So you have 4 opportunities to win one game. And
Yeah.
then if you take care of business at home.
Right.
So, you know, it's not over if you go down 2-0 as the lower seed.
The Heat are also a really good home team. I'm looking at now. They've only lost 12 games at home this year.
Yeah.
Which
and
is
they're
a good
undefeated in the
mark.
playoffs too.
So, yeah, listen, it's a tough game, game 1. Get out of the way and get on to tomorrow. And hopefully, God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, I pray to God no one else gets COVID. I just fucking enough. Not now. Not now, man. Bad time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
That's Dante's 2 cents.
What about you, Nick? You have anything to add?
Fucking play.
Just play.
Fucking play.
Just play.
Fucking wrap it up and play.
I mean, Tatum he tied his career high for most points in a half in a playoff game. And he was looking really good in the first half. And then that third quarter just fucked him. Had absolutely fucked him. And then Jaylen Brown had half of his points in the fourth quarter when it didn't even matter. So, yeah, the big guys. And also, I want to give credit to Ime as well. After the game, he straight up called out Jason and Jaylen, and I love that. He goes, it wasn't the old guys, it wasn't the young guys, it was Jason and Jaylen. I'm very happy he said that because that was the truth.
He don't give a fuck.
He don't know,
but
but
he don't give a fuck about that.
and that's the way he's been all year. Players respect it. I'm happy he called them out because that's 2 of the biggest reasons why he lost. So,
Yep.
You got to call out your stars at the end of the day.
call them out.
You only go as far as your stars take.
Yeah, if you don't call them out, they'll do the same thing next game, and you'll lose game 2. So
I wouldn't be surprised if Tatum puts up 40-something points next game.
hopefully the message went through. On
It's
to
gonna be
game
tough.
2.
Heat are a tough team.
They are.
They're a tough
They are.
team.
Number 1 seed for a reason.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. Next game tonight, 9 p.m. We got Mavs Warriors, game 1 of this series. We made our predictions for this on Monday. If you want to go check those out, go listen to Monday's episode. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be another dogfight series.
Yep.
It's Luka versus the Warriors.
Mhm.
I was thinking about it. I mean, who do the Warriors have that put on Luka?
No one.
Wiggins?
No one. Actually, hold on. Let me pull this
Like
up for you.
that graphic from yeah.
They're gonna have this season primary defenders on Luka. Wiggins. There's not Wiggins and Looney are the only guys that have held him. Actually, all right, hold on. Wiggins and Looney held him to a combined 60 points on 20 for 44 shooting. This I was getting the math mixed up. Curry allowed him perfect shooting, 15 points on perfect shooting. Same with Otto Porter. Jonathan Kuminga actually has done the best job. Held
Johnny
1 for
Cum
6.
Buckets?
The cum bucket. And then Jordan Poole, 50% shooting. Thompson,
Yeah.
2 for 7. So
I mean, he's gonna have a field.
he
day.
is going to have a good time. He is
Yeah.
going to have a good series. But just because
It's just- it's
he's
gonna be
going to have a
yeah.
good series doesn't mean the entire Mavs is.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
the Mavs are gonna need Brunson to step up more again.
Dinwiddie's going to have to
Dinwiddie's
average
gonna have-
literally 20-25 a game.
I think if you have Brunson doing,
Between him and Brunson, they got to put up.
Brunson can score in
Combined.
bunches. Like
Combined.
that's what Brunson can do for you. But yeah, there. I mean, I think a big X factor also in the series, if he can get going, Davis Bertans
Mhm.
is a very lethal guy off the bench. Like that year the Wizards had him when he was really
Yep.
good. He is one of the most deadliest tools you can have at the bench. Just a guy who comes in and like can hit like 4 or 5 threes for you, and
Right.
especially like, you know, when the starting five, when Luka's off the court or whatever, that would be a very nice thing for the Mavs to have. So if Davis
Absolutely.
Bertans can get going, if Dinwiddie could get going,
They got to
if-
have their guys hit their open shots.
Yeah.
You know, Luka's going to do his best to set them up, get himself buckets, but also says teammates up. It's up to his teammates to hit those shots and keep them close in these games. Because if you have your role players shooting poorly from 3 or
Yeah.
whatever, it's not going to go well. So
So tonight, I don't know. I changed my prediction. If you saw in the video yesterday on TikTok on the sports account, I changed it from the Warriors in 5 to Mavs in 7. I think Luka's
You went a totally different direction.
very different direction from a Warriors beat down to a Mavs series win. I think the more I think about it, the more I think Luka's this is his time. This reminds me a lot of like when LeBron
Sure.
carried in
Yeah.
08, brought
Yeah.
his team to the finals.
I
lost to
would love it.
Spurs.
I would love to see Luka.
I think they're both 23 years old at that time. Luka is currently right. He's 23 or
Luka
24.
is 23. Yes.
He's 23.
I'll check, but I
LeBron
think
was
he
23 in 08 when he did it. I just see the very strong.
There's a lot of similarities
between the two.
100%.
I mean, this is going to be
23.
a very tough match because obviously the Warriors are battle tested. Obviously the Warriors are the
He has
Warriors.
so much experience.
Exactly, and there's none on the Mavs side of the ball.
that has any experience, really.
Exactly.
I'm looking at this. There's no one on this team that has done anything as far as winning championships.
But
Um,
I will say, at the end of the day, Luka is that playoff guy. He is that guy in the playoffs.
He's built for the playoffs.
He's built for the playoffs.
1,000%.
I think it's not going to matter for him because he's just too good.
They were on first. It was on First Take, and JJ Redick's been on First Take a lot recently, and I'm so happy he is because I actually love listening to him. I think he
Yeah.
has great takes and he knows what he's talking about. They were debating game on the line, last shot of the game. Who
I take Iguodala.
who do you want
That
to
was also
have the
First
ball
Take.
in their hands? And it was Steph Curry or Luka. And JJ Redick was saying Luka. Stephen A. Smith and Pat Bev couldn't believe what he was saying. But I'm listening, and like I you hear that initially, it's like Luka over Steph. It's like, okay, Steph is one of the best shooters of all time. Like, how can you pick Luka over him? But then you hear him kind of explaining it more. It's just like, okay, think of what the Warriors would have to do to set Curry up to get an open shot, because it's going to be a lot of screen setting, it's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of, shuffling guys around to get Curry an open shot. Luka, you put the ball in his hands and he'll create his own shot. That's the difference. Luka is one of the best in the game when it comes to setting yourself up, creating your own shot, this and that. I think it's unbelievable that we're actually like comparing him to greats like
Yeah,
that.
I
and
mean,
he's
like-
up in that tier.
Do you remember that game against the Celtics earlier in the season?
Oh, I do. Yeah, when they retired Kevin Garnett's jersey.
And he had was that
I
game?
think Smith hit the 3 to win that one.
There was, I think.
There was multiple games in the past where Lucas hit.
Well,
game
it was-
winners. It may
I
have been
think it was
early.
in-
in
it was in
year.
Dallas.
It had to have been early in the year.
Yeah,
It may have been like the first half, and the Celtics were just
It
dog
was.
shit. Yeah, it makes sense.
but
He's hit game winners on them multiple times.
This was insane. I'm just gonna pull up the clip right here. This was in November, so it was like really early in the year.
Yeah, so they were shit.
They
Yeah,
were dog shit,
yeah.
yeah. But this shot, I mean,
The game winners he's had. You watch
the one in the bubble
compilation? Unbelievable.
against the Clippers.
Dude's out of his mind.
Hey, watch this game winner from Luka here.
Oh yeah, I remember this very
Yeah.
clearly. I turned the TV off right after we hit this.
I was
And
watching
went
at a bar.
Right to bed.
Just like,
Dude, it's
Look at
like
that
there's
shot.
3 fucking guys on
like
him.
what are you supposed to do
There's
with that?
3 guys on
So,
him. One guy literally in his grill.
There's 3 guys. Yeah, 3 guys covering him. He's falling away from the hoop, and he just automatic.
Those are just not everyone can do that.
No, some people are just built different.
Some people are built different.
So let's answer that question. If you had one shot,
I'm picking Luka.
you're picking
Yeah, I'm
Luka.
picking Luka. Yeah, I feel very confident saying that. There's
Yeah.
no one in the NBA that's hit more game winners or has hit more clutch baskets than Luka since he's been in the league.
I think I'm also taking Luka at this point.
I don't think it's that crazy. I think Luka right now is top 5. We talked about this on Monday. I think he's top 5 in the league. And you want to talk about remaining guys in the playoffs, he is top 2. I think him and Jimmy Butler have been the 2 best guys. I think Luka is better than Jimmy Butler. So I think Luka's the best player remaining in the playoffs right now. To be honest, now that I think about it out loud,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone better than him.
I agree.
So, and I don't think that's a crazy take to even have. I think that's just being very realistic and just he's averaging 32 in the playoffs. He's averaging almost a triple-double in the playoffs. Like the guy is just I get it. We talked about Dinwiddie, we talked about Brunson, who has had a great playoffs. But there's no second star on that team. It's Luka. It's literally just Luka.
They got to get another
And
guy down
I
there.
think they will in the next few years because people see these things. NBA superstars see what's going on down there, and they see how great he is. And that's something, a lot of guys want to be in on. They want to team up with guys like that, especially when you're that young. So I do think they'll get a star in a few years, but it's just incredible seeing what he's doing almost nearly on his own. It's nuts.
So in Luka's career, he has 3 buzzer beaters, buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
Steph, just want to make sure I'm right about this. Let me just make sure. Del Curry. Steph has 1 career buzzer beater.
Just career.
I'm going to say this, though. As much love as we can give to this guy, he does not have the resume that Stephen Curry
No,
Oh, of course
absolutely
not.
not.
He
No.
does not have the resume.
I'm just talking about his skill set, just pure skill set standpoint.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying he's better career-wise.
No, absolutely
The question
not.
was right now in the NBA, at this exact second, if you have the final shot, who are you taking?
Even if this was I'm not even talking about remaining in the play. I think I'm saying that
In the
for just
NBA?
anyone in the NBA. I think I'd pick Luka over anyone. Game on the line.
Yeah.
I feel confident taking my chances with Luka.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
yeah, it's a damn shame these games are late, man.
Yeah, I'm
Because
not-
I'm not. I may watch the first half, but I'm not
I'll
gonna.
probably
watch.
step to 11, see where it's at that point.
I stayed up till 11 last night. And I was pretty beat this morning, so I don't know if
Yeah,
I
you're
want
not used to it.
2 in a row.
The time I usually fall asleep was 11.
Fell asleep. I should have shut the game off earlier.
Nick, who are you taking?
Give me the Warriors first game at home.
I mean, Steph or Luka. Final shot.
Oh, Luka.
Luka. There you go.
He's proven himself, so deserves the praise.
All right. Speaking of basketball still, last night was also the NBA draft lottery. The Orlando Magic win the first overall pick. First time they'll have the first pick since they drafted some high schooler, Dwight Howard.
Super had 2
ran
number 1
himself.
picks, Dwight and Shaq.
Yes. Well, they've had 3, and they traded 1.
That's
Chris
correct.
Webber-
Yes, you're
Chris Webber
correct.
was the other one.
Yes, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Are they going to draft another big man to go along with Shaq and Dwight?
So, you just look at their roster and things they need and stuff like that. They need everything. You got Jalen Suggs, who you took last year. He's a combo guard. I think it's either going to be Jaden Smith or Chet.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be Chet because I think he has the biggest ceiling out of anyone in the draft. He's got some things to work on, but I think with his frame, what he has, the potential's through the roof.
So that 5 would be something like Cole Anthony,
Cole Anthony,
Suggs, Wagner.
It would be. We'll say Wagner. I'd say if healthy, it would be
Jonathan Isaacs.
Jonathan Isaac, and then you have
Chet.
and Wendell Carter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good. It's
not-
young.
It's very young.
So-
very, very young.
But yeah, I mean, they have a great track record. If you look at all the picks that they've made in the top 3, they've taken studs like Chris Webber, Victor Oladipo in that draft. I mean,
Stud.
he was one of the
He's the
best
best of that,
players.
yeah. What was it?
Who else did they take? It was in the 2000s. I was looking, whatever. But they're really good at taking top picks. I was looking at the list last night.
Let me pull it up.
I forget who the one guy. There's one key guy I'm forgetting. Was it Grant Hill? Was he drafted by the Magic?
Let's see.
I don't think it was.
They drafted DeMontis Sabonis and they traded him to OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So last year they drafted Suggs and Wagner. Year before that was Cole Anthony, Mo Bamba.
Mo Bamba.
I got Hose.
I got Mo.
They've drafted Aaron Gordon,
Yep.
Victor Oladipo, JJ Redick with the 11th pick.
Is there
in
someone in
2006.
the early 2000s or 90s?
They had Zaza in the second round.
Zaza, that's who it was. No.
Was it? I mean,
No,
Chris
maybe,
Webber, Shaq. No, that's it.
maybe not. All right. Well, I thought there was someone else on there.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think it was supposed to be the Rockets that got the number one.
Didn't they
pick.
change it this year, or change it recently, where top three teams are
Top
the
three
same?
teams each have the same percent.
Yeah,
It was
Rockets, Magic, and Thunder.
Magic and the Thunder, yes.
Yeah.
And the Pistons, I felt sucked because I really wanted them to get Paulo from Duke.
Oh, yeah.
I think him and Cade would have been awesome together.
That would be fun.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the draft lottery. Now you it's kind of hard to decide or like think of who's going to go first without knowing the order.
Yeah.
Because teams have certain needs and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yep.
Good for Orlando. First pick in a while. So
Mhm.
hopefully they don't fuck it up.
Mhm.
I don't think they really can. I think the top 3-4 guys that you can, no matter who you pick, you're going to get a good guy out of it. So
Yeah. All right. Next topic. Moving away from basketball into soccer.
soccer.
Messi.
Messi.
Messi, apparently, reportedly, might be coming to the MLS in 2023.
Saw that.
There's a report out that Messi is going to buy, I think, like a third of Miami's MLS team and join the team after next year, ending his time in Europe, moving him over to the U.S. like many other stars before him who have wanted to retire in the U.S. because you get paid well and it's much easier. His agent apparently denies the rumor,
Of
but
course he does.
yeah, he says the report is apparently completely false.
Yes, of course they are. Until a deal comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
So David Beckham's also an owner for
One second.
Inter Miami, which is the club that he owns. He's expected to take a 35% stake with the MLS franchise. Once his contract, the report says that once his contract ends for PSG, he will move to Miami and play with Inter Miami. Apparently, David Beckham was visiting PSG on Monday, and he posted some pictures with Messi, maybe to set up, to
Get some hype revolving
hype
around
around
it.
it,
Yeah. I mean,
That'd be fun.
they would. Yeah. I mean, one of the best soccer players of all time coming to the States. Go to Miami. No state tax down there.
Mm-hmm.
Get a house down there. Live the life for a few years. Yeah. I
that'd
mean,
be
that
a
sounds
place.
like a good retirement option.
Yeah,
for
David
me.
Beckham chose L.A., chose Miami.
Hey, I mean, that's
Wayne Rooney chose D.C. for some reason.
it's
Apparently,
it's a good look for MLS.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
I don't know. That's where the league is a retirement league. Like
Seems like it.
Yeah, you don't get the top talent. You get like guys who are retiring or like other things like that. That'd be fun though. Messi. It's
People
also,
would go to games.
Yeah, people- Messi would draw. Messi's a draw.
100%.
Could you imagine if Ronaldo also went to the MLS at the same time?
They went
Messi?
to the same team or something like
Oh,
that.
they'd go to opposite teams. And then
think
they
so?
play like a bunch.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't want to do like a
team
Kobe
up?
Shaq.
Oh my God.
Ron D Wade thing.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be like
Win a few chips together.
that'd be like Kobe and LeBron joining teams.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, his contract isn't up for another year or something like that, 2023.
Who?
Messi.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
so you'd have to wait a while. But
I got a question. If you could have any two players who play at the same time be teammates together, so you could choose any two guys
In any sport.
in any sport, which two guys would you want to see be teammates at let's say like on a team together?
so like when you say
Like
that,
LeBron Kobe together, or like
so would
Jordan,
it be like it wouldn't
yeah.
be like both guys in their primes? It would be like
it would be,
at a
well you
certain
could choose
time.
like at a certain time they're both like you couldn't choose prime Kobe and prime.
Sure.
Well, I guess
Well,
it
what if I
depends.
picked like 2009?
yeah
Kobe
and LeBron.
And LeBron.
Yeah, you
like,
can do that.
like okay.
Yeah,
Um.
this is a thinker question. This is
Yeah, this is definitely a thinker question.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd have to go with I'm gonna pick Jordan and someone else.
Just
in
anyone?
the 90s, like
Jordan Magic.
Jordan and Magic. Maybe
Ooh.
Jordan Bird.
Yeah, I mean probably not.
I mean,
Bird.
not
I
Bird
feel
at
like
that
Bird was
point,
kind
yeah.
of tail end, but
but
Magic.
like there's
Like
so many guys.
1990?
I mean, Jordan Hakeem.
Jordan Hakeem, Jordan Shaq.
Ooh.
like 96.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
That's actually that.
I'd probably do Jordan Akeem 96.
yeah.
Jordan Carl.
I'd do Jordan and someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean, there's 1.5 million guys.
you could put-
Jordan Ewing, Jordan and
right.
fucking
you can
Sean
plug in,
Kemp.
You can plug in a lot of guys
Yeah.
there.
And that era had a lot of
That's
great
guaranteed
players.
championship.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm thinking about baseball duo, like a power bats, like Bonds.
Like Bonds and someone else.
I mean,
When did
Bonds and-
Griffey retire?
Griffey. I mean, the Bonds and Griffey in like '97 would be sick, because that was '98. That would have been a great year for both of them, because they're both at their prime still.
Right.
Bonds and Roger Clemens on the same team.
Just all Royd's team.
The whole Royds team.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see some bats back to back, like the most lethal back to back you can see.
Trying to think back in between 2000 and 2004.
Ortiz and Rodriguez. What could have been?
Mm, could have
I mean,
been.
you had Manny.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 2 championships out of
Yeah.
that.
So Ethan in the comments says Mike Trout and Juan Soto. That'd be fun.
I mean, yeah.
When you're seeing Ohtani and Trout.
I was gonna say you might as
That's
well,
pretty
you might as well say Trout and Harper then.
Yeah.
You're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and
Sure.
then he says
Who the
Trout
hell-
and Harper.
I would love to see. I would have loved to have Barry Bonds had like another guy that was like,
Well, his big guy was Jeff Kent. Like it was Bonds and Kent.
yeah, but like I wanted him like to have like a Sammy Sosa kind of guy.
I mean, could you imagine like 04 Bonds and Pools? Like,
there you go. That's it.
yeah. Like
That's
Poole-
your pick?
Oh, in
Bonds-
2004.
That's not my pick. But if he
It's a
was
good one.
he was talking about more baseball ones, that'd be my baseball pick.
Yeah, Bonds and Pools on the same team. So in 2004, let's do 2004.
Oh, Tom Brady and Calvin Johnson.
Oh,
Fuck me up. Fuck me up.
I mean
no, fuck me up.
Rogers and Calvin
Oh,
Johnson.
that too. Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, that's
anything
good.
with
Breeze and Calvin Johnson.
Anyone with
Matthew
Calvin
Stafford and
Johnson.
Calvin. Oh, they already have
Oh
him.
my. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
That would have been.
What about
nasty.
this? What about Randy Moss 3 or 4 years before he came to the Patriots?
They also had
I
Brady
wish we
3 or
had-
4 years before.
I wish we had more than 2 years with Randy Moss.
Okay, this would be your. I'm just looking at Bonds and Pools, his stats. So in 2004, Barry Bonds hit 362 with a 609 on base percentage. He got on base 61% of the time. He got up at
Stupid.
with an 812 slugging for an OPS of 1422. Then imagine having Pools behind that. So Bonds hit 45 home runs. Pools hit 46. He hit 331 with a 657 slugging, a 1.072 OPS. Those two back to back in the same lineup would be like absolutely like the best thing you could ever see.
Yeah, that sounds like
Yeah.
that would cause a lot of problems.
Man, that 04 Cardinals team that the Red Sox beat, they had the 3, 4, and 5 in the MVP voting that year.
Wow.
Yeah. Albert Pujols, Scott Rowland, and Jim Edmonds. Jim Edmonds should be a Hall of Famer in my mind. One of my favorite players who did make the Hall of Fame.
It's a lot of talent.
Yeah, a lot of talent. The Red Sox beat them. They swept them. Yeah, that's my answer.
All right.
Would say it would be kind of interesting to see if Pedro and Roger Clemens were in the same rotation.
Ooh, yeah, rotation would also be sick too. Like a 1-2 punch. Like, could you imagine like Jacob DeGrom and Max Scherzer in the same rotation together?
Well, technically, it hasn't happened yet.
I know exactly.
AJ, you want to take these 3 natural blacks?
We'll do a little baseball topic. We'll talk about the Red Sox game yesterday. Nathan Eovaldi becomes the first pitcher in baseball history to give up 5 home runs in an inning, but he wasn't the worst person on the mound yesterday. Was it 2 days ago? Anyway,
it was
in Fenway this week so far. Steve Aoki, I think it was Monday night.
Oh, my fucking word.
That
This was
a
hysterical.
That was a publicity stunt. I 100% think it was.
That's the energy that Steve Aoki brings to everything he does.
He was looking up when he threw it. He was like angling up. He knew what he was doing.
So Steve Aoki, Monday night, I believe it was Monday night, was throwing out the first pitch for the Red Sox. And I'll just say it wasn't a good
Just a
first
bit
pitch.
off.
Just a bit outside.
It was.
Ball 4, ball 8, ball 12, and the bases are loaded. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. You can find it anywhere. Steve Aoki first pitch. Is it worse than the 50 Cent's first pitch?
No. This 50
no,
Cent hit the ball low.
because I think 50 Cent was actually trying to throw a pitch and Steve Aoki wasn't. That's why. I think it was all publicity. You know what he does at his shows
Who's Steve Aoki?
with the
Or 50?
cake, birthday cake?
Oh, he throws into the crowd? Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
I mean,
the guy's got an arm.
He's got an arm.
The guy's got
He's
an
too
arm.
small, but
If he-
like, if you watch his throw, he throws it over the backstop and onto the netting behind.
He knows what he's throwing at, dude. He did that on purpose.
I mean, it might have just slipped. It looks like it just slips from his hand.
I don't know.
There's a play, if I can find it real quick. There's a major league pitcher who one time was, obviously pitching, and the ball squirts out of his hand. And
It is a funny video.
this is one of my favorite. I was watching this game live. It was a Nats pitcher.
Didn't McGregor have a bad first pitch? I feel like he
Maybe.
had a pretty.
So this is not even. So his name's Matt Chico. Matt Chico's throwing a pitch, and just watch. Whoop!
Whoa.
Wow.
Throws it over the dugout.
Wow.
The
That's a
first
ball?
base dugout.
That's a ball.
Just a bit outside.
Imagine if you swung. Hey! Hey!
Yeah. So that's my favorite, like real wild pitch.
Wow, young
I mean-
Hanley.
Yeah, young Hanley. This is like 04. Dan Ugla.
Dan Ugla.
Yeah. But yeah, this ball just kind of squirts out of his hand. So it could happen. Happens to major league pitchers.
Oh,
it could
yeah.
happen to Steve Aoki.
Conor McGregor did have.
You get a chance. I touched this one up, but there's like a couple black
Worst
spots.
first pitches of all time. Let's see.
Take a peek at it when you get a chance.
Let's see what we got for
Yeah,
this.
McGregor had a.
So we
pretty bad
got
one.
this lady here throwing out her first pitch.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Oh, I think.
Oh,
that's-
oh,
it's the
that's,
camera guy.
that's,
Oh,
Kate
nails the
Upton, I
camera.
think. I think
Kate
I
Upton?
think it's Kate Upton.
It might be. I can't tell.
Oh, I know Kate Upton. It's her. Show it.
Show her.
Show
What was she
her.
gonna do for
Turn
that?
around.
That's not her.
sweetheart.
That's not her.
Oh, fuck. It's
Nah. All
Too
right.
chunky.
There he
There's
is.
McGregor's first pitch.
There he is.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.
Into the
Almost hit that
backstop.
poor woman.
Yep.
Not the only woman he's hit.
Is it?
Is it? I don't know if he's. All
Kidding,
right.
he's a psychopath.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
He is crazy.
who was this?
He's a psychopath.
This guy nailed the guy with the pitch. Next one, they're showing the McGregor one again. For the Red Sox. Whoop. Oh, nails him in the balls. The
Yikes.
photographer. That is
Yikes.
impressive. Two
Poor-
balls, one strike, as they say.
Poor guy.
And here's Fitties.
I mean, this is just comedy.
Uh huh. Hold on. Where is it? Curtis. Whoop.
Whoops.
Yeah, I think the Aoki
That's just
one.
a classic.
Yeah, yeah. John Wall also terrible first pitch.
Really? I don't know if I've seen it. I probably have seen it.
I'll pull it up real quick too. John Wall first pitch. Yeah. So yeah, this is a while ago too. Who was this from? So.
Yeah.
It's True Story makes a nice pick on it.
Just threw it right out the ground.
I mean, how are you a professional athlete and you can't throw the ball that far?
The jitters.
Yeah.
The jitters.
I would love to throw a first pitch for a game. Would you want to do it?
Yeah.
Too much pressure?
I'll do it.
No, I wouldn't. I would.
I'll do
There's
it.
no pressure. You're just throwing the ball. You're just throwing it right down the middle.
Throw
Well,
me
maybe
the
not
ball
right
and
down
watch
the
what
middle,
I
but
do with it. Da-da-da-da-da.
You just embarrass yourself. Only a few thousand people and a million people on the internet are gonna be laughing at you forever. That's all.
I would aim for someone's balls.
Would you? Would you like purposely want to make it look bad so it went viral? Or
Yeah, for sure. That'd be
Think
hilarious.
So?
Yeah. It'd be so funny.
I
Become a
have to
meme.
be. I have to think of something clever though. I can't just be in the dirt or something.
No,
You gotta
aim
be
for the
funny.
balls.
Aim for
Just
the-
go like if the camera mounted to your left, go, oh no, just start.
Try to throw like
90
a
at-
curveball or something like sidearm or
Uh-huh.
something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd do that 100%.
All right, next topic. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
He's joining.
Why the fuck's he in the news again?
He's joining. The media world. He's becoming an entertainer, and so the only thing to next happen is a roast. The roast of Tom Brady is coming to Netflix.
Heard about this.
Yeah. So
I'll watch
like
it.
like many celebrities before him, they're getting a roast.
Yep.
You have Rob Lowe's roast, which is a great one. I'm trying to think of some other good
Yeah,
ones.
I mean,
The
a
countless.
the Francos. You have
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
Yep.
You got Bob Saget, R.I.P.
So they have the greatest roast of all times. Groast is the name of
I
it.
hate that.
It's
I
a new
hate that.
a new show that they're doing on Netflix where they're gonna have roasts. Obviously, they haven't announced who's gonna be on it yet, but I'm sure like Gronk will be one of the
Hey,
people.
I bet the Manning brothers
Gronk,
will be there.
Gronk,
Julian
Manning.
Drew
Edelman,
Brees, Edelman.
Well, they're gonna have comedians on too.
Bill Belichick.
yeah, but
Bill
like,
Belichick.
Peyton Manning and Eli will definitely be there.
Gronk will definitely
because
be
they
there.
always throw shots at him and then
Ooh,
go back. and
speaking of
forth.
Gronk, I I think he's retiring, fellas.
Yeah, what
so?
about it?
Did you see that tweet that he sent?
No, I
him
didn't
and
see
so Leonard Fournette reached out to him and said, "Yeah, your jersey's waiting for you in the locker room or something." And then Gronk tweeted back at him saying, "Yeah, I'll represent your jersey up in the stands this season." Now again, could be just playing some dicey shit.
Could,
But
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
could.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
We're almost in June here. He's got to make a fucking decision. You know what
Yep.
he's going to say? Call me in December when you make the playoffs.
Could. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've always said he goes wherever Brady goes. So
Brady's back.
If Brady's back, I think Gronk will.
I think
he'll
Brady's
find his way
going to
back.
convince him to come back one more time.
I think he'll find his way back to Tom.
Yep. All right, moving on from sports into a few fun topics before we got joke of the day.
Yes,
Of course, got 10
yes.
minutes. A new invention of edible tape that
You'll
stops
like this one.
burritos from falling apart is apparently hitting market soon.
Big time.
You ever eat a burrito and it
Last
just gets
week.
everywhere and
Last
you're
week.
just like, ugh,
Last week.
Spills everywhere,
Awful.
Snake.
snacky.
Just pops right open.
So a company has just created a new thing that
and this is genius.
that
I don't know why no one's come up with this.
holds your burrito together so you don't have any problems.
Doesn't that kind of ruin the experience?
Do you like the experience of your burrito falling
I
apart?
love it. Fucking dripping everywhere.
Snack.
Come on.
Well, it's a layup. It's a layup. I mean, like,
on.
it depends how you look at it, because it's like there are people, like, if you have the burrito, it falls apart, you get a fork after, you
You're just eating a bowl.
Up after. Exactly. I don't like that.
Yeah.
If I'm getting a burrito, it's because I
You
want
want the burrito.
I
What
What
don't
if you
want
get a
bowl.
massive sandwich and it just starts falling apart?
Oh,
That's awesome.
I hate when
I
my
hate
sandwiches
that.
fall
I
apart.
actually hate
Because
when
then you're
that
just picking
happens.
out like
Yeah.
like then the bread's all soggy and then you're just picking out like the meat.
You know what? The big sandwiches hate you too.
I'm with it. It's
Fight
annoying.
them.
It's tough. You know what we need? We need some tape, some edible tape.
Well, good thing this exists. Dubbed
Thank
the
God.
Tasty Tape, it is made from food-grade fiber scaffold, an organic adhesive that makes sure your beans, rice, guacamole, and salsa stay inside the tortilla.
Isn't this what your hands for?
I mean, the burrito still falls apart in your hands.
I was just waiting for him to say it. Snake.
What did you say earlier? We were talking about shoes. Nick goes, Snacky's always gotten his shoes from retail or something like that.
Snake never pays retail price for his shoes.
I was crying upstairs as I heard that. I was just quiet, and I just hear you say that.
So this is what the tape
hilarious.
looks like. It looks like mold.
It does. That's what I thought.
I'm not
too.
buying this.
Looks gross.
Nope.
Definitely
Fall
gotta change.
all in the hands, baby.
Nate, why don't you make it look like a
Sing me.
burrito? The tortilla.
I don't know.
They'll have different colors.
So these are students at John Hopkins who are making this Tasty Tape.
That makes sense.
what do you mean it makes sense?
Shit, it makes sense. Fucking John Hopkins.
I smoked weed with Johnny Hopkins. No, you didn't. In the movie,
don't
Weed
know.
by Brothers.
Step Brothers.
Folks, halfway there.
Yeah. Where'd you go to school? John Hopkins. I smoked weed with Johnny Hopkins. No, you didn't. That's when I was talking to him.
Don't remember. I haven't watched that movie in a while.
Oh,
I
it's
might
great
have to
movie.
refresh
Great movie.
myself.
Uh-huh.
You know, if you're gonna
always a
refresh
classic.
yourself, put on The Replacements. Great movie.
The Replacements?
The Replace Shane Falco.
I don't know if I've seen it.
What?
I've seen
It's
it.
on Netflix. Gotta watch it.
You have to also keep in mind, I'm not the biggest movie guy in the world.
Well, watch this one. Even AJ's seen
Oh,
it.
Keanu Reeves?
Yep.
Even AJ's seen this one.
Yeah,
It's
I've
a
never
sports movie.
seen this. All right, hey, Nick, maybe I will watch it. I watched Fast and Furious few. Maybe I'll watch this.
Hey, cheers, bitch. Well, I can promise you, you'll like this one better.
Yeah? All right.
Yes.
All right, fair enough.
Big Nick, this topic you'll like. Chick-fil-A offers year of free food for return of missing sign.
I would do just about anything
I will go make a sign.
to
You fucking bring it back.
get free Chick-fil-A for a year.
Oh,
So-
Chick-fil-A is fucking dope.
The Chick-fil-A sign here,
That's
you can
it?
see it.
That's all it's missing?
I mean, it's a big sign.
Yeah, it is. It's big.
So
yeah.
someone stole the sign out of Chick-fil-A, and it's gone.
I'd return it and be like, hey, I found it.
Yeah.
Give me free Chick-fil-A.
They said no questions asked.
don't ask any questions. Give me my
That's what they
food.
say until you walk in the door.
Mm.
The
they
DEA
got
and,
you
the
on
FBI
camera
and the
and stuff
CIA
like
are all there. Fucking freeze, motherfucker! I just wanted my fucking chicken nuggets! Well, now you're about to get McNugget in the fucking bathroom with Jesus and Jamal. Here's a drive-through for you. Bing!
What? What the fuck? So,
Have fun in the showers, bitch.
all right. One question I have is like they're saying we'll give a reward to the person that brings the sign back. How are you gonna get your hands on it? The only person that has it is the man that stole it. So
Maybe
no-
they'll just find it.
the guy. So you tell me the guy's
cold
gonna
feet.
you're gonna steal it just to like put it on the side of the road for someone else to get it?
I will say, if this is the reward for stealing any Chick-fil-A sign, I'm gonna start stealing more
I'll
Chick-fil-A
fucking
signs.
steal every Chick-fil-A sign.
Yeah.
in the
Chick-fil-A's
world.
bomb.
It is
Bomb.
bomb. It's the best.
Mhm.
It's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I've been using a lot of Chick-fil-A sauce. They had it at my grocery
Oh, my
store.
word. The sauce is addictive.
Bought
Little
sauce
bottle?
on, bought it on
That
Monday.
sauce is
yep.
addictive.
100%.
Using it-
sauce.
I made,
all my burgers now.
Yep.
I made
1000%.
Oh, I want to show you. You need to see what I grilled up yesterday.
You tried their Polynesian sauce?
That's the one I got.
Yeah.
That's the one I got. Yep.
So-
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I broke out the grill yesterday, Big Nick. I know you're not a chicken fan, but I made some chicken skewers.
That looks
I mean,
good.
I respect the fuck out of this.
All right, look at that. Look at that. You got some onion, got some pepper. Put a little Chick-fil-A sauce in those bad boys.
Forget about it.
On the grill. Respect it.
Forget about it.
Respect it.
I'm becoming a grill master, Big Nick.
It's
I'm
the
proud of
time of the year for
You
it.
know
Over
what?
here.
We have a cookout. I'll cook the steaks. You cook the chicken.
That sounds great. I'm really
right.
good at cooking grilled chicken.
All right.
I'm
There
making
you go.
mean grilled chicken.
All right.
But going back to Chick-fil-A.
Undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location. Located in Alcoa, Tennessee.
At the Hua?
Alcoa, Tennessee.
Where Nick's moving. Alcoa, Tennessee.
La Hoka Hoya.
Aloha, Tennessee.
Aloha, Tennessee.
La Hoya.
So if you have that missing Chick-fil-A sign, turn it back in and get yourself some
Send it to
Chick-fil-A.
Lumberland.
Send it to Lumberland.
You know
Send it
our
to-
Not
address.
put the sign back.
Real quick before getting to joke of the day, Ethan asked in the
Okay, stop
comments
looking.
one question for me because I forgot to put this in the topics, but I saw this today. Buster Only reportedly saying that the Nats might be looking to trade Juan Soto this season.
Oh.
Now, I don't believe that per se because it's never been the Nats' MO to sell a guy this early. It's never been the Nats' MO to really sell until last year.
Everybody's got a price.
It had to be the absolute world. I don't think there's a team out there.
They could give the world.
I don't think there's a team out there that's willing to give up the talent to get Juan Soto. And I mean that by you have to give up 2 or 3 major league ready guys plus 2 prospects. That's at least it.
All right,
if,
let
you
me
think
ask
about, if you think about the Padres would be a fit, they'd have to trade Gore. They'd have to trade. Let me just look through like the Padres system. They'd have to trade the top 3 guys in
You
their
realize
system.
if they got one so they would beat the Dodgers. They'd beat the Dodgers.
Probably, maybe.
I mean, right now at least, don't they have similar records? They both
Yeah.
have 20-plus wins.
yeah.
At least puts them on their level. That's
It ain't
for
like
damn
you're trading
sure.
for a guy who's 30 or 32. He's trading for
Yeah.
a guy who's 23, 24.
Exactly. Like, listen, you're getting a guy. I don't think it's happening. I don't think the Nats are giving up on re-signing Juan Soto yet. No, I don't,
He might not want to re-sign there.
there's still a long way to go.
Yeah,
with that.
it's going to be based off what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, if Juan Soto kind of doesn't give them many options, they're going to have to.
We're still 2.5
But who
years from
knows
free
if that's where
agency.
they're at.
Yeah, I don't think they're at yet. I think what this is it's one executive speculating that the Nats are looking for.
There's always one guy speculating
Exactly.
something.
You can get any executive to say anything.
It's all rumors at the end of the day. You don't hear it from the bird's mouth or anybody from the organization. It doesn't mean shit.
Yeah. Yep.
You could tell me shit.
So I wanted to
shit.
address that real quick. Should we? I have a wrestling topic to talk about.
Oh, put it up.
Yeah,
What
well,
is-
this guy's-
well,
this
We'll
guy's
calm
on-
down. We'll calm
This
down.
guy's a fucking Hollywood fuck. You're late.
People are asking in the comments. It's not late.
He's fucking late.
He's not
Okay.
late.
Hey, if you're on time, you're late.
There we go. Hey, Sean! All right. We got a wrestling topic to talk about before. Yeah, some wrestling. Someone in the comments is asking about it.
Yeah, why don't you
I think
wrestle
I-
your ass on downstairs?
I think I know what the I think I know what the question is.
Come on down, John.
Come on down.
Those are the only ones.
Wrestling,
There's everything else is
Wrestling,
fine.
wrestling. So, we've got the Mustache Bros here.
Hello.
I've been hit. The question comes from Connor.
Hey,
Thoughts
Connor.
on the Sasha Banks and Naomi situation?
Ooh, good for them.
Some crazy stuff.
So, if you want to explain a little bit about what's
Yeah,
happening
please
with this.
explain
So-
what's going on here.
Basically, Sasha Banks and Naomi, they're the current women tag team champions. And there's a story that came out that this past Monday on Raw, like real life, this isn't like a story or whatever. They went into the office like the creative team or whatever threw their titles on the table and left the arena. They claimed that they weren't being respected as champions. They claimed they weren't being respected as athletes and professionals, and they didn't want to work with two of the other women in the ring that they were facing that night because they claimed that they were what was it, like risky or not as talented or whatever. So they left the arena. So the main event for that night had to be changed on the fly because they didn't have two of their superstars there. So basically now it's the trickle down. I don't know, Dante, if you have anything to add to that story. I think I covered most of it.
Yeah, so I've heard different sides to it. Like I heard that part.
That's WWE. WWE released a
Because they
statement.
put out a statement.
Yeah.
I guess what they're saying is what WWE is saying isn't true. What they're saying is the whole story. There was a whole storyline built into the match. Like they were supposed, like Nikki ASH, Doudrop were in it, and they were supposed to set up a match there. They didn't want. I guess Sasha and Naomi were supposed to at one point go against each other, and one of them was going to pin.
Naomi was supposed to win the match that
right.
night.
So and they didn't want that. So they were like, the story doesn't make sense. We're not going to do this. Blah blah. Went right into the Vince McMahon's office, the big dog, and Vince McMahon was like, tough shit.
Yeah.
And they
I
gave him the belts, walked off.
So do you think they'll join like AEW next?
Well,
They're probably still under
I will
contract.
tell you one thing.
Can they use different names?
A lot of things would happen for them to cut
Yeah.
or release both those girls.
There's no way they let
because
Sasha Banks go.
If Sasha Banks went to AEW, she would hands down be their best female wrestler. No question about it. And Vince McMahon.
She's Snoop Dogg's
will
cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
happened?
Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Snoop Dogg's cousin. Yep. He sings her theme song. The
Yeah.
remix to it. But
And
yeah.
this was like the biggest thing is like WWE put out a statement, and it was so
And they don't
weird
do
because
that.
like
I can read their statement.
sure, go
yeah,
ahead.
sure.
So when Sasha Banks and Naomi arrived at the arena this afternoon, they were informed of their participation in the main event of tonight's Monday Night Raw. During the broadcast, they walked into WWE Head of Talent Relations John Laurinaitis' office with their suitcase in hand, placed their tag team championship belts on his desk, and walked out. They claimed they weren't respected enough as tag team champions, and even though they had 8 hours to rehearse and construct their match, they claimed they were uncomfortable in the ring with the two of their opponents, even though they had matches with those individuals in the past, no consequence. Monday Night Raw is a scripted live TV show whose characters are expected to perform the requirements of their contract. We regret we were unable to deliver as advertised tonight's main event.
And the weirdest thing with that is like, why did they give out so much of that information? Like normally, if
Right.
something like that happens, they said,
'Cause they're pissed.
"Hey," and then say, "It's that they're pissed." But like
Yeah.
normally,
They're trying to make them
Look
look
bad.
like they're
yeah,
the bad guys.
normally, you know, they like you usually with any company, you say, "Oh, like we had an incident and this was," but like it's crazy to see how pissed they are and say,
Right.
"Yep, they were unprofessional. They walked out." Like that'd be like Bryce Harper not playing in the game or whatever, and MLB or the Angels or whatever coming out with a big list saying like, yeah, Bryce Harper threw a temper tantrum and he walked out of the stadium and he
Yeah.
didn't, you know, they would never say that. So it's
sure.
crazy that WWE was so pissed that they were just like,
I feel like that's WWE though, like their MO.
Hey,
It's like
A little
they're-
bit, for
they're kinda
sure.
bring
petty.
eyes to it.
Yeah.
They want to make it.
I mean,
a
that's
big
kind of
deal.
their thing. It's all an act in a
Yeah.
sense.
And this is the second time Sasha Banks has done this. 'Cause
Yeah.
she walked out after when she lost the tag team belts a few years ago after WrestleMania. She didn't show up until like later in the summer because she was just like, "Fuck this."
and
It's
there is the argument, which I don't agree with, but there is the argument of just like, just show up and do your job. Just be quiet and don't say anything. But it's like, you know, if you don't agree with something, you want to stand up for something, by all means, who cares?
I'm
you
sure
know?
some things had to have been said
Yeah.
on the side for them to literally walk out.
Exactly.
So Connor says they were both supposed to put over the women's champs at Hell in the Cell. They wouldn't defend their belts till next pay-per-view. They didn't want to wait. That's
Yeah,
what
so
Connor
they
says.
just didn't feel like they were being respected enough. I mean, those belts haven't been. No one has cared about those belts since they debuted like
Yeah.
3-4 years ago. So,
Don, you on what team you on? What side you on? Any side?
Team Sasha, she's from Boston.
Same.
I'm a
Team
Bo-
Sasha and Naomi.
I'm team them. Good for them. Stand
for
up for
them.
yourself.
Agreed.
All right, Nick,
All right,
get the jokes ready.
let's get this shit rolling here.
All right, it's everyone's favorite.
What did we look up on Google?
What are we Googling?
What are we Googling?
We're gonna Google. Hold on. I gotta
What did
get
we
that piece
look
of
up
tape off
last
my
week?
phone.
Goofy ass jokes. or
No,
something?
inappropriate.
Inappropriate jokes.
Inappropriate jokes.
I like the
yeah.
inappropriate jokes.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it again. I don't
Those
give
were
a
Do
a
like
hit.
very inappropriate jokes. See what
How
it
about
comes up with.
sexy inappropriate jokes?
Sexy
Yes.
inappropriate jokes. Yeah. It's getting hot and heavy here for joke of the day.
Let's go.
let's be advised that Big Nick respects all people of mankind. All right. Without further ado, we got
Sexy, inappropriate joke.
semi-dirty jokes, Honda Civic Edition.
Civic
You
edition.
ever want to fuck your Honda Civic?
All right, we're going to go with this one. The 30 inappropriate jokes that will make you both laugh and cringe. We promise you'll crack a smile. We can't promise you won't feel guilty about it. Ain't that the truth, Snake? All right. Here we motherfucking go.
There we go.
All right.
Fuck a Honda Civic.
All right. They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well,
Well,
not if it's poisoned. Then the antidote becomes the most important.
that's
Weird.
say
Yeah.
something with pussy or something.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be. Yeah.
Not
Pussy's
if
the
you
best
eat out in
meal
the
of the
morning.
Jeez.
All right, here we go. Speaking of burritos.
Burritos.
Sex is like a burrito. Don't unwrap or that baby's on your lap.
Yeah. I hate
That true.
No, if only they had somewhat tasty tape. Is that what
Tasty
it was
tape.
called? That's right. If
Use
only
that as
they
a condom.
had- Yep, wrap it around so it doesn't go anywhere.
You can take it off. Yeah.
Oops, sorry, thank you.
We also have a suggestion for
My bad,
dark
yeah,
humor
fuck
jokes
it,
as well.
I tried. It's all right.
Yeah, my bad.
We got a suggestion?
For dark humor as well from Sonny.
boy.
Dark humor.
Like dark jokes.
That
That
could
could
go
be-
down a dark. That could go down a
All right,
dark.
fuck it,
alley.
we'll go down that way. So, all right, here we go. Where was I? Oh, I see the word vagina. Here we go. My wife's got a vagina. Just kidding. All right, here we
I
go.
lost my place. Ooh, vagina.
Ooh, vagina.
Do you want to hear a joke about a vagina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Never mind. You'll never get it.
Oh!
You never get that. You never get that. La, 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 la. I have
Wait,
a
I
chair. I
forgot.
have a
I
chair.
forgot.
My wife.
You will never get this. Oh,
All right,
good
one
shit.
more and then we'll go down the dock road. Oh, shit. What does a vampire do with a boiling water and a tampon?
Oh.
Jesus.
What?
Mixed tea.
Jesus.
Fucking nasty. Oh. All right, going down the dark road. What do you say? Dark
Dark
jokes?
humor. Dark humor.
Dark humor jokes.
Oh, for the love of God.
Dark humor jokes. 100 best dark humor jokes that are twisted, morbid, and funny parades.
Funny parades.
All right. COVID-19 pandemic. We should probably stay away from that one. All right.
That might be one of the best ones we got. The cleanest ones.
All right. I just got back from my doctor's office and the test results, and I'm really upset about it. It turns out I'm not going to be a doctor.
I like that one. That one's wholesome. That's very family friendly.
But I got a quick joke. Speaking of doctor's office. A man goes to the doctor, and the doctor sits him down and says, I have good news and bad news. He says, all right, what's the good news? He says, you have Alzheimer's. He says, all right, what's the bad news? He says, you got 2 weeks to live. He's like, all right, what's the good news? Yeah.
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 All right.
It's a dark humor joke.
Speaking
Yeah.
of, dark
Yeah.
humor. My grief counselor died. He was so good, I don't even care.
Hey, great his job. Great his job.
All right.
Gotta respect it.
Let's see. We're going to go a couple minutes afterwards because we ran a
Oh,
little
go ahead.
bit
We
behind,
start to
so-
learn
Ran
late.
late.
Yeah.
So, all right. Today I asked my phone, Siri, why am I still single? And it activated from my front camera.
Ooh.
Oh, man. That's an ugly joke.
Siri, what a bitch.
Got chills.
I saw that.
Ooh, my wife. All right. My wife. I was digging in our garden and found a chest full of gold coins. Bitcoin. No, just kidding. I wanted to run straight home to tell my wife about it. Then I remembered why I was digging our garden.
I like that one.
That's funny.
Snaggy will tell you why he's out in the gardens all the time. Shit, he's fucking digging up so he can just stop right in when the IRS comes out that door. Son,
What the fuck did you just say?
You know, what's his name from the Wild Thornberries?
Yeah.
Fucking Flea voices him from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh boy. All right.
Donnie
Johnny.
from the Wild Thornberries.
My mom died when we couldn't remember her blood type. As she died, she kept telling us to be positive. But it's
Oh, no. That's a good one.
These aren't that dark. These are just like puns about.
Yeah.
all right. Let's see. What else I got going on here? Why did the man miss his own funeral?
Why?
He wasn't a morning person.
That's good. That's
one's
a
fun.
good one. Yep. No morning.
Another my wife one. There you go. My wife is mad that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff and went right out the front door.
I love it when you just say my
It's like still not really front. Is front a direction?
I just thought of something. We were talking about, not a morning person. Do necrophiliacs get morning wood? Get it?
He said,
Get it? Morning wood. M-O.
Snake knows a thing too. He works with the wood all day at night, and then he goes at night. He's got that different kind of wood that doesn't involve a screwdriver or a piece of nail. Son!
Give this man a beat right now. Oh my god.
Oh, I can do some fucking snacky ones. Oh, my word.
No, you can't.
Oh, we got some fucking good ones.
Lumberland
You
freestyle.
remember in the summer when I was rolling about snacky over there?
Yeah.
I was fucking rolling.
I've seen you roll a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. My parents raised me as an only child, which really pissed off my sister. All right, we'll do a few more here.
All right, a few more.
All right. My husband and I have reached the difficult
my husband. It was like a little
Very
bit.
country there. My husband.
My husband.
My husband. My husband and I reached the difficult decision that we do not want children. If anybody does, please send me your contact details and we can drop them off tomorrow. I can do real good skits of that too.
I believe you.
I
I believe you.
Speaking of that, I got something fucking absolutely hysterical to share with you guys when this camera is off. All right. Without further ado, 3 more and we're done. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Do we keep going on this humor shit, or do I go back to the inappropriate jokes?
It's up to you.
You know what? Fuck. Go
Well, we
back
did dark, inappropriate jokes. That was a suggestion.
All right, dark, inappropriate. Jokes. All right, here we go. I don't think I spelled inappropriate, right? That's inappropriate.
That's all right. They'll spell correct you.
75 funny dark humor jokes for anyone who needs a twisted laugh. That's not going to work. 75 plus dark jokes if you have a sick yet silly mind. We'll go with that one. Scary Mama.
That's us.
Scary mama.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Don, do you have a question?
Ah, here we go. Gotcha.
Why is he going to hand up?
It's 3. Wait,
Three.
3.
Hold on.
Gotcha.
Three.
Why does my dad have it? Oh shit! Sorry, I fucked myself up by talking that way. All right, let me start again. Why does my dad have in common with Nemo?
Oh, there's something about going missing or something like that.
The little. Oh
Told
yeah.
them they both can't be found.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to
Yep.
'em.
Went out to get milk. Never came back.
Yep. My husband is mad that I have what? Oh. My husband is mad that I have. I just read down on the other one. I'm changing the fucking thing.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I want a fucking pussy joke. Let's do this.
my
Just Google
God.
pussy joke.
Pussy joke.
Google pussy and hit images and see what comes up.
Oh, first one's your mother's.
Oh! Oh! I think we got to end on that.
Yeah, fuck. We're ending on that shit.
Wow. Wow.
First,
That was the ultimate win.
Oh, man.
first one, your mother's.
Your mother's.
Shit. Wow.
Shit, it looks better in person.
Oh,
Jesus.
All right, good night.
Gentlemen,
Good night.
thank you for watching. Make sure to like,
Wow.
subscribe. We'll be back here on Friday live on YouTube.
Wow. Hey, well,
Have a good rest of
I
the day,
get it.
everybody.
Get it. It's Joke Wednesday. I get it. Holy jeez.
Like and subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a